boys, welcome to the first video of the channel and the first very important video you're gonna need to start off your Memecoin career. Now what we're gonna be talking about in this video is discipline, dedication, strategies, emotional removal, research, and the difference between gambling and trading. So this is gonna be the first video of many of me showing you how to actually make money off trading, and this isn't gonna be no bullshit. I'm just gonna go off what I know and try and expand my knowledge onto other people. We're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna go kind of fast over the first couple and then slow down on the more important ones. So the first thing that we have is discipline. Now before you ever make a trade, you really have to ask yourself, what are you willing to drop to find success in your life, and put everything aside, focus on one thing and actually make something work. I know so many people that trade meme coins with absolutely no discipline. It's like they'll hop on for like an hour, lose one trade, cry about it, and then get off. But if you actually want to make money and you're going to be like that, then you're going to get nowhere. You also really have to understand meme coins is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to hop into one trade and then make $1 million like you see on Twitter. Of course, you can get very lucky. You can put $100 into something, you can 2000x, but the chances of that happening is very, very slim. So we're not even going to be talking about that type of shit. And you really have to ask yourself, why do you deserve to make money on meme coins? Why do you deserve success? What have you done to deserve everything that you want? So really ask yourself that question, pause the video, and then come back and write in the comments, why do you think you deserve it? What makes you different than all the other millions of people out here? On to the next. This is very similar to discipline. We have dedication. So the first part is, how hard are you willing to work towards your goals? Are you going to just hop on for 20 minutes a day, scan Bullex, scan Dex Screener, see one coin you like, buy into it and hope it goes up? No. You're not going to do that. It's not going to work and you're going to lose everything. When I say dedication is needed for this type of market, it is needed. You need to be staring at the screen 10, 12, 14, 17, 29 hours a day. You are not going to get by hopping on once a week trying to get rich. You need to be dedicated, lock in and grind, learn as much as you can. And something that I wish somebody told me when I first started was talk less and listen more. Trust me, if you don't know much about, stop talking and just try and learn. Like, you have to really lock in, learn as much as you can. If the market is dead, go learn something. If you're getting cooked on a trade, don't try an emotional trade and rage trade back into it. Go learn something. Go put on a YouTube video, go do something, at least learn. The very last thing that is in the psychological matter is mindset. Now this is very, 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 very important. Never ever compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 100. When I first started and I was trading with a very, very low amount, I was comparing myself to other people that were putting in like $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 a trade and coming out with 100K. And I was like, damn, like I'm never going to be like them. Like, how am I going to get like that? And it really was fucking up my mental because I was seeing all these people posting how much money they were making on Twitter. And it was really fucking with my self-esteem, and it's just making me think, damn, maybe I'm not cut out for this shit. But you gotta understand, everybody started somewhere. Your chapter 1 was somebody else's chapter 1. Nobody spawns in with infinite amount of money. Obviously, some people did. They just spawned in with this success, but 90% of people worked for that shit. So never compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 100. They've worked a lot harder than you, a lot longer than you. You're only just now starting. So don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about how much money they're making. Worry about yourself and your money. How many setbacks does it take to demotivate you? Are you going to take one loss and quit? Are you going to take 2 losses and quit? 3, 4, 5? It doesn't matter. If you can take 100 losses in a row and still have motivation, then that is a really good sign. Because I'm going to give it straight to you. When you first start, you're going to lose money. Honestly, you're probably going to lose all of your money. But that is where 99.9% of people quit. They go in, lose everything, or they lose most of it, and they quit forever. They never return. If you want to set yourself apart from these people, then you have to be able to take these losses on the chin, get back to it the next day, and grind it out. Keep learning, keep grinding, stay on this shit 24/7. Because I promise you, if you stay locked in, don't get demotivated, you lose money and you get back to it, you are going to see success and you are going to make progress and you're going to be really fucking proud of yourself. Alright, so let's get into a couple of strategies. So this is the low balance strategy and pretty much how you're going to build up your port from a very low balance. So we're talking 0.1 to 1 Solana ports. I'm going to be honest, if you have less than 0.1, then don't even bother. Go and get a job and come back. because you need some money to start trading. If you're going in with $2, $3 trades, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose everything on fees, so don't even bother. Now, the first main thing, stay away from new creations. I know you see all these big traders trading on new creations, but the only reason they make so much money off that is because they stream in front of a lot of dumb people and they have a lot of copy traders. So trust me, stay the fuck away from new creations. We do not want to go there. It's all bullshit. 99.9% of them are rugs and you will lose everything on that shit. Now, the second thing is only ever use 10 to 30% of your port each trade. So this means if you have 1 Solana, you should only be putting in 0.1. The most, if you have 0.2. You should never be risking more than that, because if you put in 50% of one trade and that shit goes wrong, boom, there's 50% of your port gone. Our goal is to build up our port gradually. We're not just trying to slap in one trade, 50x that shit and walk away. That's not what we're here to do. That's not what's gonna happen. You want to build this shit up strategically and lock in. Next is scalping high market cap. This is what I really recommend if you're trying to build up your balance gradually. 1 to 20 mil. If the coin has a good community behind it or it's an AI project, it's pretty old as well, then you can find a lot of 50 to 65% dips on that and scalp them bitches, but we're going to get more in depth on that later. The next is cutting your losses around 20%. Always cut your losses. I don't care how many people tell you stop losses are for pussies. Stop losses are the reason you're not going to lose your entire portfolio. So always have a stop loss. You don't have to have a physical stop loss, just have a mental stop loss. As soon as you see it's down 20%, sell out of it. Get out of the trade, move on to the next. Once you click the sell button, do not keep watching the chart to see if it goes back up, because that is going to lead to emotional trading. It's going to fuck you up in the long run. As soon as you click the sell button on any trade, click off the coin and find another one. I promise you, do not sit there and watch the chart. Now, the next thing for building up a low port is we're never taking initials. Now, I know you see a lot of people selling 25%, 50% clips. We're not going to be doing that. If we have 0.1 to 1 Solana, we're not going to be selling 50%. The reason for that is most likely it's going to fuck you up on fees. And the second reason is if you take 50% on a 0.1 trade, that's only 0.05 if you 2x, and it's pretty much no money at all. So if you put in 0.1 in a trade and that shit 2x's, 100% clip that. 100% full clip. Boom, you just made a 0.1. It doesn't matter if it keeps going higher. We're not going for 100x's off the bat. We're trying to build up a low port. So stop getting FOMO'd, just full clip your fucking money. Now, onto the more in-depth low bow strategies, we're going to be talking about scalping high market caps. On the left here, we have our graduated filters, and this is pretty much where you're going to find all your high market cap coins that didn't die immediately. So we have Dev holding 11%, Insider Wallet holding 10%, volume 90,000, and market cap 75,000 minimum. And then the token age in minutes, 120. So the dips that we are looking for on these 1 to 5 mil market cap coins are 35%, 50%, and 65% dips. So for a little explanation right here, here's a coin that I did trade. I entered right here and I sold right at the tippity top. And what it did was it pretty much broke the all-time high right here. And then I waited for a 50% dip. So I could see it dipped 35% here and it kind of rejected. It didn't go back up. So our 35% dip was out of the picture. But then we moved to our 50% dip. So it kept dipping, and now boom, it's at a 50% dip. This is where you want to enter. I think this is on a 3-minute chart, but once you see a big candle like this on a 50% dip, that is when you want to buy. You never want to catch a falling knife. And then as you can see, a lot of people run the strategy as well. So once it dips exactly 50%, this shit went up almost 200%. That would have been a 3x right there. And then it happened again. It dipped like this, pretty much 50%, and then it went back up. That was another, I think this was 75%. That would have been a 75% P&L again. And then here we have another one in around the 35% dip range. So as you can see, it dipped pretty hard, around 40%. So this is in the middle, 35 to 50. And then you can see all these people buying it for around a 50% P&L. That is what we're going for. We're not going for no 700%. We're not going for no 10x's on these type of trades. We're going for 40, 50, 100% trades. And again, once you sell, find another coin. Do not sit and watch the chart. So for example, if I bought this coin right here, it broke all-time high, dipped 50%, I'm in. I bought, I sell right here. As soon as I sell, I'm clicking off the coin, because if this kept riding for a 10x and I was sitting there watching it, I would have got really upset. I would have got FOMO'd. I probably would have entered back in, to be honest, and that would have led to a big fucking L. But this is just going to be very vague. I'm not going to go too in depth, because I'm just going to do a little rundown, and then in the later videos, I'm going to break down things really in depth and then really show you guys the ropes. So the next strategy we have for low balances is about to graduate. I think about to graduate is a really unutilized segment on Pump Fund. So here are the filters. We have insider wallets max 25, bot users minimum 10, market cap 15,000, and token age 30 minutes. Now we're going to be scalping for 30 to 50% P&Ls on our about to graduate strategy. And what the strategy is we're buying big sell-offs after it breaks an all-time high. So as you can see right here, the initial pump is keep going, and this is an all-time high. You can see a big sell-off right here, and then it keeps going. You can see some people try to scalp this, but obviously it didn't work. You're rejected. Keeps going, and this is where you want to enter. So a big all-time high, a big sell-off. This is around a 50% dip, and this is where you want to enter. You see a couple of green candles like these, and that's when you want to be buying. Now I actually took a screenshot of this because this is a perfect example of why you should click away from coins once you sell. I sold this for around a 60%, and then it kept rising. This would have been like a 4 or 5x if I would have held it. This is on like a 1-minute chart, by the way, and yeah, if I would have held, I would be up pretty much generational, but I cheated because this is about to graduate. It's really risky down here. That's why I highly recommend the high market caps. But for the people that really just want to scalp some easy 50% P&Ls, then about to graduate is really nice. Now, the requirements is dev has to already have sold. You never want to buy into no AI projects and about to graduate. Those can rug really quickly and they pretty much have no community behind them. Next, the chart has to be getting real buys. Now, there's an example of real buys versus fake buys right here. If you see a lot of fake buyers with the top holder symbol and then the little fish and the top holder symbol pretty much indicate that these are all bot buys. So this will either be bundles, bump bots, or volume bots. If you see these in the recent transactions, just step away. There's no point even taking the risk. Now, for these type of buys, you can see the variety is really nice. You see a little shrimp, a couple of fishes, a little dolphin, and they have no top holders around. These are just normal people buying into it. So that's just a little rundown of about to graduate, and now let's move on. Now, this is really important, risk management. Now, you really got to ask yourself, do you want to gamble or make money? Because if you want to gamble, you can click off this video and go fucking gamble, because I really don't give a shit. If you're here to make money, then you really need to lock in, do research, learn, and just pay attention, because we're not here to gamble. If I wanted to gamble, I'd go to the casino and put all my shit on red, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make money. We're trying to make money, so there's no point in gambling. You also got to ask yourself, are you comfortable with losing money? Now, obviously, nobody's comfortable with losing money. We don't want to lose money. That's not the goal. But when it comes down to it, how are you going to act when you lose? Are you going to throw a fit, quit, throw everything away just because you lost a little money? Or are you going to learn your mistakes, analyze what you did wrong, and bounce back from it? It's really just depends on who you are as a person. If you are on a losing streak and feel the market is against you, then you are emotional trading. So if you are trading and you are losing back to back to back, loss, and you're getting really upset and you're like, fuck bro, this market is against me, like nothing's working, then you are 100% emotional trading and fighting for some wins that you were never going to receive. You're not analyzing, you're not researching, you're not doing any methods. You are simply just gambling, hoping that something happens because you are emotional trading. So in circumstances like this, 4 or 5 L's in a row, take a fucking break. Step away from the computer, because the worst thing that you can do to yourself is continue trading. You're going to lose much more, and it's going to be horrible when you wake up the next day and realize what you've done. And again, always have a stop loss. Negative 20%, always. You never want to go below 20% L's on a low port. You cannot afford to lose more than this. If you are trading with 0.1 and you lose 20%, that's damn near half your port gone. We can't afford to be losing that shit. So always have a 20% stop loss. We ideally don't want to be losing 20%, but if it comes down to it, then that's how you're going to have to do it. and always have a stop loss 100% of the time. Now that was just a little rundown of the Memecoin Academy, as you can say. We're going to be going way more in depth in the next video, but for this one we're just going to keep it brief, a little rundown. I'm going to be going way more in depth over some strategies in the next video. So if you would like to learn how to make real money on this, then please subscribe, lock in boys, because we're trying to make some P. We ain't no bitches around here, so subscribe, lock in, and let's get this bread.